Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Wartime Wisdom. So we talked about yesterday about while it is today. So the question is, what am I going to do today to help me here in my life, in my house, in all of it? So Proverbs 22. I know you may be turning me off now because you're like, this woman is crazy, but maybe I am. It says in verse 5, it says, thorns and snares are in the way. So what thorns and snares are in my life that's stopping me from increasing my wisdom, that's stopping me from setting myself up for success in war, okay? So I have to share this treasure that I got. My husband and I ran away last week for a few days, and we wound up in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. Farther drive than we normally run away to, but beautiful, beautiful country. If you live down there in the mountains and stuff, oh my goodness. But there is a knife store. Yeah, and I guess it's huge. It was fabulous. But anyway, they had a relics section. I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to go in there. And I did. And looking around, I went, oh, my antenna went off. And so I found this guy, this worker, and my husband is standing there just shaking his head. He's like, I know what she's after. So I asked him, I said, do you have any ration books from World War II? And the young man looked like I was nuts, but pointed me in the right direction. And I got one. I was so excited. Yeah, it's in a plastic, and I haven't opened it, and I don't know if I'm going to open it. But I feel like in my hands is an absolute treasure. This woman, her name was Elva. This is how she got through it. This is how she provided for herself. I don't know if she had a family. I don't know. I don't know anything about her except that I have her ration book. So, and I love the handwriting. You know, I'm looking at this handwriting and all I can see is my grandma because it looks like my grandma's handwriting. And I wonder if it's if that's just how they were taught, because we don't do cursive much anymore. So if I'm looking at today, I talked about yesterday, while it is today. Today is an inside day. It's supposed to rain all day today and tomorrow and probably the next day. So what am I going to do here today to set myself up for better success with what's coming? We all can just turn on news or any YouTube channel. They're talking about wars and rumors of wars and trains and the past president, the T-man, and you know, I mean, they're all like, oh, and we can just be overwhelmed by the news. It says in verse 13 of Proverbs 22, it says, the sluggard says there's a lion outside and I should be killed in the street. We can all sit and go, it's so dangerous. I'm just going to shut down and do nothing. But that gets us nowhere. Nowhere. We have to do something today. While it is today, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What are you going to do? What do you have to do? So thorns and snares, what is tripping us up in our life? Let's deal with them. Let's rip up some thorns. Let's dismantle some snares so we don't continually get tripped, stuck. I don't know where that came from, but in our life that will stop us. Maybe it's a distraction. I don't know what it is for you. So how do I set myself up for success? You know, and I look at this and go, I want to open it. I don't know what's all in it. You know, I don't know. I don't know if there's stamps left in. I have no idea. But it's okay because I bought this as a reminder that if shortages come. They already are here. If what I can get is regulated and controlled by someone else other than me, this woman, Elva, made it through. The last thing that it says down here says, if you don't need it, don't buy it. What a great reminder for us today in our life that if it's a want versus a need, let's take a look at that. Let's break it down. If it's just because I want it, but do I need it? Is that what I need to use my resources on? Is that what I need to use my money on? Is that what I need to have in my house to take up space? If it's a want, can I shelve it? Can I go, I want it, but let's put this off for a while? Versus I need this. I need this for food. I need this because my shoes are worn out. I need this because my socks all have holes in them. You know, whatever it is. But let's take a look. Our thorn and our snares, a lot of them are wants, I think. You know, you turn on anything and commercials come. Just go, oh, your life's going to be so much better if you spend all this money on this. This is going to make you happy. Can't say that it will. You know, happiness really is a choice. Paul tells us in the Word of God that he has learned how to be content in all circumstances, whether he has a whole bunch of stuff or he has nothing. Let's be like Paul. If I don't need it, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to bring it in my house. And what can I do in my house to set myself up to provide for my needs? Because our needs are pretty simple. We need air to breathe. We need water to drink. We need food to eat. We need some form of shelter. You know, those are our needs. Those are our basic needs. Sounds really simple. We don't need a new car, do we? You know, if we really break it down and go, okay, is this a thorn and a snare? Because it goes on in verse 7 that says this borrower is a slave to a lender. Who am I enslaved to? Am I enslaved to my credit card company, my mortgage company, my car payment, my this payment? That, you know, what is it that I'm a slave to? And how do I get myself free from those? Question for you today. Thorn and snares. What are they in your life? And let's deal with them today.